Welcome to Journeys Beyond with Shamari, a podcast where we explore dreams, energy, and the unseen worlds that shape our lives. I'm Shamari, and I'm so glad that you're here. Welcome to Journeys Beyond with Shamari. This is the episode for the final days of the year, that strange threshold space where the calendar changes and somehow the old stories get louder. Not the stories we tell at dinner tables, the deeper ones, the ones that sit behind the nervous system like hidden operating systems. Today I want to talk about one of the biggest of those stories, the Garden of Eden. Even if you're not religious, even if you think it's just a myth, myths don't have to be literal to be powerful. They live in the collective field. They shape what we absorb about women, desire, blame, belonging, and what happens in the body when we try to be good. And because it's the Christmas season, that's often a fever in the air, trying to be good. A pressure to do more, be more, give more. More meals, more money, more presents, more social energy, more smiling, more gratitude. And for many women, it's even the events themselves. It's the invisible load behind them, the planning, the emotional labour, the smoothing of edges, of holding everybody's experience. And somewhere in that fever, something ancient wakes up that reflects to make it your fault if anything feels off. If the mood drops, you scan yourself. If someone's unhappy, you scan yourself. If the day doesn't feel like the picture on the Christmas card, something in you quietly thinks, where did I fail? Now, I'm not saying this is only women, but I'm saying women have been trained into this reflex for a very long time. And this is where the Eden story becomes interesting. Because Eden is an archetype of the world beginning as it should be. Peace on earth, people behaving, families smiling, ceasefires at least on the surface. Christmas sells us a week of Eden, and many of us try to live up to it. And then we wonder why we feel exhausted or vaguely guilty when we can't. And underneath that is the Eden story many of us inherited as a template. A woman, a choice, a fall, a punishment. And whether we consciously believe the story or not, the pattern can live in the body. The echo shows up everywhere. Women blamed for men's behaviour. Women shamed for wanting. Women punished for knowing. Women carrying the invisible load of still being labelled the problem. And it shows up internally too, as self-policing, self-doubt, and that old familiar feeling, it's probably my fault. Now I want to offer something here, not an argument, not a debate, just a different way of reading the archetype. What if the fall was never about women being the problem? What if it was about humans leaving intimacy with life, leaving presence, leaving the body, leaving the instinct of what is true? And what if Eden wasn't a crime scene but a memory? A symbol for wholeness before shame, before exile, before we split ourselves into good and bad and try to earn love like it's a wage. Because this is what I've learnt from watching people and watching the field for a long time. Most people don't need another resolution. They need better conditions. Conditions that regulate the nervous system. Conditions that let the body soften. Conditions that make it safer to be in your own skin. So instead of ending the year with a lecture, I wanted to end it with a gift. I'm releasing a guided meditation called Return to Eden. And I want to be clear, it's not religious, it's not performative, it's a nervous system exhale, a soft remembering, a kind of reset that doesn't demand you heal anything, the kind of reset that doesn't demand you healing everything, but might loosen an old template by 2%. And honestly, 2% is how change happens. Sometimes the most powerful healing doesn't come from force. It comes from safety. It comes from the body realizing, oh, I'm allowed to be here. I'm allowed to rest. I'm allowed to belong to myself. And so in this meditation, we travel. We ground down into the earth. We connect up with the highest available aspect of ourselves, and we find a path through a sacred river to an old wrought iron gate with a sign that reads, Garden of Eden, all are welcome. And the message that meets you there is simple. There is nothing wrong with you. There never was. You are loved, lovable, and you don't have to perform your way into belonging. If you'd like to listen to the meditation, and here's the question I'm carrying into 2026. What would it look like to build Eden as a practice, not as a fantasy, not perfection, not a permanent high vibe, not peace on earth while you abandon yourself, but by conditions that you hold. And that's exactly what my course, Energy Oasis Soul to Sanctuary, is designed for. Part 1 is inner steadiness, regulation, nervous system support, coming home to your own centre. Energy 2 is the home as sanctuary, clearing residue, easing energetic entanglements, creating a space your system can actually trust. Because your home isn't just a place you live, it's a field, a container, a nervous system, an environment. And because January is when people overpromise and undersupport themselves, I'm doing this differently. My New Year offer runs until 31st of January 2026, Brisbane time. When you purchase Energy Oasis Part 1 and 2 or the bundle, you'll receive 1 month of Quantum Soul Upgrade membership free. That includes live sanctuary sessions, relaxed questions and answers and support, and a monthly member spotlight hot seat chosen by kind random draw with the option to pass if you choose. It's there so you don't just buy a course and then try to do it alone while life eats your calendar. You'll find the links in the show notes. And as we close, I want to offer a simple blessing for your threshold. May the old blame template loosen its grip. May your body stop being put on trial. May you step into the new year with better conditions, not bigger pressure. With steadiness and wonder, I'm Shamari, and I'll see you next time on Journeys Beyond. You've been listening to Journeys Beyond with Shamari. Thank you for sharing this time with me. New episodes are released every Friday, so until next time, keep your energy soft and your journey open.